Well, Proctor with Dan Bonner back at the Greensboro Coliseum. Our final game of the evening. Iowa leading Texas 89-84 with 3:26 left. But don't count the Longhorns out just yet. With their ability to hit three-pointers, they've hit 11 of them tonight. So they can cut into this lead in a hurry.
Their defense has forced a couple of turnovers. And they're right back in the ball game with a 3. They cut it to 2.
Terrence Rencher, who injured his left hand earlier, is back in the game for the Longhorns. Mike Richardson takes it inside. And it's out of bounds to Iowa. 72 of Iowa's 89 points have come from the front court. From Texas getting 49 to their 84 from the backcourt, most of them by Tyler and Rencher.
Iowa, the more powerful team inside. Texas with those high-scoring guards, a real contrast in styles. And it's the Iowa style that's winning at the moment.
Now Iowa clears out, trying to hold the ball a little bit here. And a foul is called on B.J. Tyler. That'll send Kevin Smith to the line. No, it won't. It's only the 13th foul.
You don't coach as long as Tom Davis has coached without picking up a couple of things along the way. The last couple of possessions, his Hawkeyes have turned the ball over because Texas has been able to set double teams by clearing one side of the court. Texas can't double team. Smith, an excellent ball handler,
Texas
now out of the game.
Still has 3 fouls to give, but they only have 3 team fouls. Iowa has 4. So you can expect the Longhorns to use those fouls. And Rencher uses one of them. Fouling Troy Skinner. That's the 3rd foul on Terrence Rencher.
The only problem for Texas with that particular strategy is that by the time you get to the 7 fouls, your guards, your key guys, are going to have 5 fouls. But here, the coach's son is the designated fouler.
Tommy Penders, the son of Texas head coach Tom Penders, is now in the game.
And he's in there for one reason.
That's what he's in there for.
There it is.
And he does it well. Tom said that Tommy has aspirations to coach someday. Of course, Tom Penders' father, Jim Penders, was a high school coach in Stratford, Connecticut for 37 years. He coached a variety of different sports. We had another father-son combination earlier tonight. Speedy Morris' son Keith plays for him at LaSalle. We are down to the final 2 minutes and 40 seconds here in Greensboro with Iowa leading 89-84. And Texas using their fouls. They now have 16 fouls. Mike Richardson is back in for the Longhorns.
And the designated foulers are out of the basketball game because the next foul puts Iowa in the 1-and-1.
Hawkeyes have tried to hold the ball a little bit in their last few possessions. Not really a stall, but using 15 to 20 seconds on each possession. Great second half shooting by the Hawkeyes, 72%.
That's 54% for Texas. Is not too
bad.
shabby, but when the other guy shoots 72, you're in trouble.
Texas is over the limit now. Dexter Cambridge is back in for the Longhorns, but Iowa shooting 1-and-1s now as Skinner goes to the line.
Texas can score very quickly, and they just demonstrated that they can foul very quickly. They got 5 fouls in 19 seconds.
Skinner misses the front end of a 1-and-1. So Texas still very much alive. Rencher and Tyler have both been bombing away from three-point range. Watson is also a great three-point shooter, the best in the Southwest Conference this year. So they've got 3 long-range bombers in there right now. But Iowa extending their defense.
Iowa's playing box and 1.
Rencher nails a three-pointer to cut the Iowa lead to 2. Terrence Rencher has 23 points. His backcourt mate, Tyler, has 26.
Well, they were playing box and 1 against Tyler, and so Rencher made him pay for it.
We're under 2 minutes.
Tyler's got to do it defensively right here, though. The side is cleared out for Skinner. Big guy's just trying to get out of the way so they don't have an opportunity to set a double team.
Did Iowa go to this little semi-stall a little too early?
They very well may have.
A.C. Earl with a jam.
There you go.
Iowa by 4, minute and a half left. The Texas can get 3 back if they can hit another 3. They've hit 12 of them in this game. Rencher penetrates. Nice dish to Burdett.
Texas trying to get a timeout. They don't get it.
It's a 2-point lead for Iowa. Val Barnes is fouled by Rencher.
The Texas Longhorns were underneath the basket calling timeout. Iowa got it in so quickly the referee couldn't grant the timeout, and as a result Iowa had an advantage going down the court. Boy.
Val Barnes, an 86% free throw shooter. He led the Big Ten Conference in free throw percentage, so he's the right man as far as Iowa is concerned. But he misses, and the Longhorns, who led the Big Ten in free throw shooting, have made just 10 of 18 in this game. Very poor free throw shooting.
And that's really a surprise for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Barnes makes 1 out of 2, and it's 92-89 Iowa as we approach the 1-minute mark. Barnes pressuring Tyler. Moses moves out on Rencher. Rencher with a 15-footer. Out of bounds to Iowa with 45.8 seconds left, and the Hawkeyes have a 3-point lead. Tom Penders wants a timeout. So we'll return to Greensboro as Iowa tries to hold off Texas in a wild game. Iowa leads by 3 with less than a minute remaining. The Hawkeyes have had their difficulties in close games this year, and in overtime games, they've lost all 3. Iowa with 3 timeouts left. Texas has 1. Pressure by the Longhorns. And Mike Richardson commits the foul. That's the 9th foul on Texas. So 1-1 coming up for Iowa. The Hawkeyes with some uncommonly poor free throw shooting in this game, though. They are 11 for 19 at the free throw line.
At this point in the ball game for Tom Penders, his strategy, if he doesn't steal the ball right away, which he did not, is to foul immediately. Now, if Barnes makes 1 or 2 of these, you're still looking for the Texas Longhorns at a 2-possession basketball game. If he makes 2, that puts him up 5. Texas hits a 3, then they've got to get the ball back.
Barnes shooting a 1-and-1. He's made 1 out of 2. Iowa leads by 4.
Iowa did a great job the last 2 possessions defending the 3-point line, and they've got to do that again.
Dueling Toms, Penders and Davis. Remember, Tom Davis has never lost a first-round game since he's been at Iowa. His Hawkeyes lead by 5. Tyler pushes it up. Blocked by A.C. Earl. Big play. That's his 3rd block.
Anticipating the defense against the perimeter, figuring maybe the inside would be open. Tyler takes it to the basket, but the big guy is there.
The shot clock is off. Rencher puts up a 3. Got it! And Texas calls a timeout as Terrence Rencher's 3-pointer has cut Iowa's lead to 2 with 34 seconds left. The Texas Longhorns have used their last timeout. Also on the next Texas foul will send Iowa to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
At this point in the game, if you're Tom Penders, that concerns you very little. Tommy Penders is in the game as the designated fouler. So if Texas cannot get a steal, Texas is going to foul right away because you can still trade 2 for 3 in this situation. You don't have a lot of time. Oh, you got to get the guy and foul him.
They try to get to Moses and finally foul him with 30.1 seconds left, and that's the 10th foul.
Nice job by Moses to get the ball up the court quickly.
4th foul on Richardson. A.C. Earl will come back in for Iowa.
Rencher and Tyler coming back in the ball game for Texas. And Moses, who has had such a great basketball game, goes back to the free throw line. Only 1 for 2 from the line, but 21 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists.
Texas is still alive.
And the plot thickens here, because if he makes this, Texas with a three-pointer ties the game.
Iowa's had a history of letting close games get away. Does that come into play in a game like this?
Players don't think about it. It worries the coaches half to death, though. Got to guard the three now.
3 would tie it. 20 seconds left. Rensher gets a screen. Rensher puts up a 3, but it's short. Rensher rebounds, and he is fouled.
And that basket won't count. Think about this. That's only team foul number 5 for Iowa, so Iowa still has 1 foul to give before they even go in the 1-and-1. And at this point, the only thing that can beat Tom Davis's team is a 3-point shot, so that is not a bad foul at all.
15 seconds left. 3-pointer, no good by Cambridge, and Earl grabs the rebound and is fouled. Dexter Cambridge missing the 3-pointer from the corner. He's not really the guy Texas wanted to take the 3.
Cambridge only 1 for 9 on the year from 3-point range. But Dexter, feeling the shot clock was, the game clock was running out, and seeing how well defended Rensher and Tyler were, decided since he was open, he'd give it a go.
And A.C. Earl, a 67% free throw shooter, goes to the line. He's made 2 of 4 tonight.
1 wins the game.
Plagued by poor free throw shooting for most of the game. Cashing in now, and Tom Davis wants a timeout as A.C. Earl has given the Hawkeyes a 4-point lead. Iowa has been able to stay with Texas' fast pace in this game. The Hawkeyes' 96 points is the most they've scored in the last 19 games since they put up 121 against Centenary. Texas is out of timeouts. A.C. Earl with 1 free throw remaining. He can put his Hawkeyes up by 5 and send them on to a matchup with Duke on Saturday.
Since Texas has no timeouts remaining, for all intents and purposes for the Longhorns, there's only 6.2 seconds left in this game, because even if they score, they can't force Iowa to throw the ball inbounds.
Earl has 25 points. He's in a tremendous second half.
Now they got to hurry.
Oh, picked off. That should do it. Rensher attempts to tie Barnes up, but commits the foul. So the Hawkeyes are on their way to face Duke. Terrence Rensher has just fouled out. He and B.J. Tyler were just terrific, each scoring 26 points for the Longhorns. It was Texas backcourt scoring against the front court scoring of Tom Davis Hawkeyes. How do you see a possible Iowa-Duke matchup?
Obviously, Iowa has the inside power to compete with Duke's inside power. It will be very interesting to see. Duke is the kind of a team that has just as much athletic ability as a team like Texas, so Iowa had to get by Texas. They've got a really tough game, obviously, coming up. See what they have left.
Well, Barnes drops in his 20th point of the game, and Iowa has this one locked up with 3.5 seconds left. The Hawkeyes will win their 19th game of the year, and Texas season will come to an end.
All the Hawkeyes have to do now is walk off the court, because Texas cannot stop the clock.
And that'll do it. A wild, fast-paced game. Iowa had 4 starters in double figures as they hold off Texas 98-92 to advance to the second round, the matchup with the Duke Blue Devils. So it'll be Duke against Iowa, Missouri against Seton Hall on Saturday from Greensboro. The Chevrolet players of the game are James Moses of Iowa at 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists, and B.J. Tyler of Texas, who scored 26 points. But Iowa shot 71% in the second half to win this game, 98-92 over the Texas Longhorns. Let's go to Jim.